Welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're joined by an international force in the ring. Straight out of Madrid, España. She's battled across the independent scene and continues to level up everywhere she goes. We are talking to Sara León. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on now. Sara León. Can I just... I'll say this really quickly. Thank you so much for taking the time to connect with us, to speak with us. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to talking with you guys. So thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate it. We understand that time is very precious, so
Yeah.
the fact that you could give us a little bit of your day and have a conversation with a couple guys who just left the chat wrestling is very much appreciated. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much.
See. And Sara, let me just start off also by saying that, we started this podcast like a year ago, and part of the fun of it is me going out to these shows. And I was telling Ariel like all about you. I was like, Sara León, the way she moves in the ring is incredible. As I mentioned earlier, before we started, I saw one of your matches at CCW, but when I really seen you, no pun intended, shine is at the Shine Wrestling events that they put on in Clearwater. I've seen you, have tremendous matches there. And then the last time I was there, I saw you become the new Shine Nova champion, which is incredible. And then I'm looking forward to your match this upcoming week as well. So it's been amazing seeing your work ethic, your work style. And that's why I told my prima, I was like, Ariel, we got to get Sara on the show because she is incredible. And I need to hear this story. So I'll shut up now.
He did.
I'll let Ariel give you the rundown of what we're about to get into. Go ahead, primo.
Right. So, Sarah, real quick, this is very simple. We just do a regular interview, but we have what we call our staple question sandwich. We start with the same question to all our interviewees, whether it be a wrestler, talent, ref, anybody, announcer, and then we end with the same question. So
Okay.
everything in between, standard back and forth. Eddie and I are going to go. Hopefully you feel comfortable. Feel free to answer. If you don't feel like answering anything, just let us know. Perfectly not a problem.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I'm going to kick it off here once again. Thank you very much for joining us. But so our first question always starts off the same. What is your first memory of wrestling? The match, the federation, because especially being that you're from Spain. So what was your first memory in terms of a match, or was it just did you just get to watch wrestling, with your family and stuff like that, and you just kind of fell into it? What is it?
Well, I have to say I have never been a super fan of pro wrestling because it was nothing really popular in Spain. It was really weird to be a fanatic from pro wrestling.
Wow.
So yeah, that I discovered. So that was really a huge, not huge, but it was an activity that you can do in Madrid because I didn't know about her, and I remember I was 14 maybe. There was a group or a association like the name is La Triple Doble, Werewolf Wrestling.
Mhm.
And it was like so free shows for people, like, yeah, if you want to come, yeah, this is the venue, you can go free and you can get some beers, something like that. So the venue was really special. So yeah, that was my first memories about just go with friends and just go to a free show of wrestling in the center of Madrid. And it was
Wow.
amazing because the crowd it was unbelievable. I have never, it was my first experience to watch wrestling in a live show for wrestling. So it was unbelievable. Like, oh my God, how is possible to do that in Madrid? Because it was insane for me. Like, wow, no, that's just no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first. It was really surprise for me.
Well,
Wow. Okay, okay, I love that. It's like I could see and feel the excitement. It's like you relived that just now by
Yeah,
telling that. That was beautiful. I love that. Okay, entonces, Sara, so before I get into my question, this is something
yeah,
that I really wanted to ask you, and we spoke about this before, but I gotta know, like the primos gotta know. That's what we call our listeners, is our primos and
yeah,
primas.
sure.
yeah.
Um, Pero being that you're from Madrid, right? I mean, which one is it? Real or Atletico, you know?
Ooh.
I have to say, so I'm sorry for that. That I'm not really a super fan of football.
Oh, wow.
Not really.
That's a safe answer.
Um, yeah, yeah, I know it's a big point for being a Spanish person. That my family is from Real Madrid, so I'm always watching with them matches about Real Madrid. So yeah, if I have to say something, it's Real Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Real.
All right.
Yeah. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what. Okay, we could continue this conversation though. We're
Oh,
good.
now
We're
we
good.
can continue. Now.
No, mentiras, mentiras. Okay, entonces, going to the actual question, right? Can you tell our primos and primas who was Sarah Leone before wrestling entered your life, right? So before that, at that story that you told us when you were 14 years old, who was she? Let our primos know. Tell them about that.
um. I was a really well. I think I'm still a really shy person. But I was when I was really young, I was really more shy person. And I remember I wasn't in a good place for me. I don't know how to say. I wasn't. I was struggling with so many problems. Um, so I needed to get more confident in myself.
Mhm,
So that's for the reason that I get into to do martial arts.
mhm,
So I started to do martial arts. Yeah, when I was 13, 14. So it was that the age.
Okay.
And and yeah, I was just a girl just trying to get more confident. Like, okay, I need to do this, and also I need to do an sport, and a specific sport. So when I started to do martial art, for me was it was a really big chance for me,
Mhm.
and it was awesome. So it was really positive for me, and also I always wanted to be an actress.
mm,
So I started to study yeah, theater or
Oh,
something like that.
nice. Okay.
So yeah, it was me when I was 13 or 14. So yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, you knew that you wanted to do something physical, and at 13, 14, to have the awareness to say, I need to build confidence,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in yourself. That's very mature. Especially at that age. So kudos to you on that.
Mhm,
Which well, that kind of leads me in because so you were martial arts, training in martial arts, and you said you liked acting and things. So what was the final decision that made you study wrestling when you were in Madrid? Like what was the one that's like, you know what, I'm gonna take this from martial arts to wrestling?
mhm,
Um, I don't remember exactly, but when I found out pro wrestling in Madrid,
Mhm.
I'm still doing martial arts. Um, but I think after 2 years, when I discovered lucha libre in Madrid,
mhm,
I started to okay. Maybe I can do this. I can into to do pro wrestling because I discovered a specific style, and it was Japanese style because I
mhm,
didn't know anything about that. So I remember I started to watch that kind of matches.
Oh,
So I remember was, oh, maybe I can do this because I like more this style. So I think it was like more for me. Uh,
Mm,
because I watch it me, me, Mexican styles or American style, but it was something like maybe it's not really this for me. But when I discovered Japanese wrestling, Japanese wrestling was okay. Maybe there is an option for me. That realistic style for me was maybe the moment like okay, maybe I need to do that. So
okay,
yeah, I think it was that moment.
nice. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
getting comfortable in the craft and finding a style that works for you that benefits you. That's yeah, you're more comfortable in that lane. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also makes sense, someone with a, martial arts background to
Hmm.
lean more towards a Japanese strong style, right?
Right.
Because their level of storytelling in the ring is like hard hitting. Who's gonna give up first, and or are we gonna hit the time limit, right? So I think that is like perfect. I mean, that makes the most sense. So okay. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
So
Then I remember also I fell in love with the idea about fighting spirit
mm,
because in some way I when I training I remember when I was going in the train I remember I feel it like okay, this is really easy for me to be a baby face and to keep going and no matter what about who you against how can I say? No importa con quién se enfrente a ti en el ring. So no matter who you are, I'm going to be ready for you. And that
yeah.
idea for me was so clear and was so intense. So when I found out the strong style of Japan, it was yeah, I need to do this. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Entonces, walk us through, when you started training that first bump. We like to ask everybody this question for the most part because,
Yeah.
the first bump is way different from the 10th bump, the 100th bump, the 1000th bump. Now it's like you could do it with your eyes closed. But walk us through that first bump. Like, how did that feel? Was that like, or what?
Um, to be honest, in that moment, I was scared that it was the worst part. It was
Oh,
the day after my first training because I couldn't move
Yeah.
yeah, we've heard that.
anything of
Yeah.
my body. So it was everything. It was so painful in my body. Um, so yeah, I think the worst part it was the after day. But
Yeah.
in that moment, when it was my first BAM or my first time to run in the ropes, it was like, oh, okay, I think okay, it's not really it's not so difficult that people told me about it. So I felt comfortable. I felt like okay, I think I can do that. But yeah, the after day was like, oh
Right.
my god. So it was muscle in my body. Like
Oh,
I didn't know it was really happened to me like that. So
right.
how can it possible to feel so pain in your body? So
Mm.
it's crazy.
Yeah, sore. You're so sore, and then your body's
Yeah,
hurting in places you didn't know you had muscles. You're like, oh wait, there's a muscle there. Oh, it hurts so bad. Ouch! Like, yeah. Ooh.
that's is so right. It's so right that so yeah.
Nice.
All right. So the that was the first bump. What about your first match? What was your first match like? Physically, not only physically, but
Hmm.
emotionally, knowing like, okay, this is what I've been working for. This is, now it's time. Like, so what was that match like, both physically and emotionally?
Yeah. It was um 1 year after when I started to train. I remember it was in that venue that it was my first live show. So that was really special for me. Um and it was my first promo as well because I have to to go inside the ring and just introduce yourself to everyone like okay, and Sarah well, in that moment, it wasn't Sara Leon, it was Sara Leon Hart.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, and just tell him everyone who you are and what do you want to do.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was my first, mi primer momento de desafiar a alguien.
mhm,
And yeah, it was I remember it was against the most heels in the company.
Mhm.
That was so easy and in that way because it was so easy to be that baby face that
Right.
everyone wants to see in that moment to
right.
watch. So I felt really confident. So it's so weird to say that, but I felt confident like, okay, this is me. I'm going to do the things what I know can do. So I know to do or whatever. So I feel like, okay, this is me. And I don't want to hide anything about this.
Mhm.
Um, and it was great because after the match, obviously I lost, that it was so great because I felt the crown, the support of the ground.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's es todo lo que quieres como babyface.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that
For
was
sure.
awesome, really really awesome. Like okay,
The-
it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, to go against the top heels in the company,
Yeah,
and be the baby face, like you said, you're going to get all the love from the fans because they're naturally against the heels. So you get to have that moment, which yeah, I think for you, knowing that you could walk in and be that, I think is probably where a little bit of your confidence was able to settle in from.
yeah, and I think nobody expects it anything about me. So that was really great as well
Mm,
because the expectation
Hmm.
that was not really high or there was not really like oh it's a girl. So it's a surprise as well because we were just a few girls and in that moment I was the only girl like going to debut. So it was a surprise for everyone. It was so fresh for everyone.
Oh, wow.
So that was great. And I have a really good memory about it because I didn't feel pressured about myself.
yeah.
So that's great.
Wow,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and also, I again, and I keep bringing this up too. It's like with the martial arts background, it's like if somebody really hit you, you could really hit back. You know what I mean? So you have
Definitely.
that level of confidence of like, okay, I want that. They like you really
Yeah,
hit me. You
you
know?
you
So
can you can
No,
defend
maybe
yourself. Yeah, no,
I
claro,
don't know.
claro que sí. What are you talking about? Yeah, be martial
yeah.
arts background. Of course, una cachetada. That's it, real
Yeah,
quick.
just okay. Entonces, Sarah, so we're loving this because we're walking through step by step your journey so far, like how you started, your first match, all these things. But now let's talk about your in-ring style, right? Did you, in your mind, first think like, oh, because of the exposure of like Japanese strong style, like, you know what? I'm gonna wrestle like that, in my first match. Was it like that? Would you say that your style is different now? I mean, now that you have some time in reps in the business, like walk us through that. Tell us about your style in the beginning and where do you think your style is now?
um I don't know. I think I always wanted to do the same thing, but right now I know I have more confidence in myself for showing what I want to do. Um, but at the beginning, it was really hard for me to try and to show that technical things. Like yeah, because obviously I needed to improve in all that technical things and all the fundamental things. So it was really difficult because in Spain we hadn't really acute teachers.
Mhm.
Because when I start when I started in this world, nobody um nadie se ganaba la vida, nadie era profesional, nobody
Mm,
uh,
okay.
uh, were really professional.
Right. Nobody made a
So
living doing this, really.
yeah, that's
Right.
it. So it was really hard to learn for because everyone learns about okay everything you watch in any movie, also any movie in any matches or any company, you just watch and on your phone, on your computer, and just trying to sew in their class. So it was really difficult. It was really confused sometimes because nobody knew about, I don't know, is it better, or we don't know if we can do that for everyone. So it was really difficult sometimes. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, I think I always wanted to do the same thing. Like when I watch matches, I don't know, from Daniel Bryan or Bret Hart or Kyle O'Reilly, and always wanted to do that. So I don't know. I remember I thought in that moment, okay, I don't know if someday I'm going to get all that. Um, is the estilo. This, I don't know if I'm going to get this style in my
Mhm.
career, but I wanted to do that.
Mhm.
Mm.
So yeah, I know it was really clear in my mind, but obviously, when you are a little girl, when you're from Spain, it's difficult to get the real confidence for so people that I can do this. I love to do chain wrestling. I'm training
Mm.
every single day, chain wrestling. Just give me that opportunity, but because I wanted to do this. So it was difficult to show people like I wanted to do that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm still struggling with a little bit things like this, but I started to get more confident. Like I'm good with that, and this is my style, and I wanted to defend um this because it's the base. I think is the base of wrestling. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, nice,
Nice.
nice.
No sé si he respondido.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
no, you
You
did.
have no, you have. But I mean, and actually, in your response, you actually are leading me into my next question because you mentioned Bret Hart, you mentioned Kyle O'Reilly. Like, what besides these two, obviously, what other wrestlers did you um like look up to or research when you were getting to your style? Like, who were you following? Like studied stuff like that.
Hmm. Well, obviously, they are mainly that also have to. I wanted to say I mentioned um, Asuka, Sara del Rey, Meiko Satomura. They were really inspire me so much because obviously I watched so many male matches,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
when I started to watch uh, the same style but just between women's, it was awesome because for me it was a kind of revelation. Like, okay, it's not about genders, it's not about wrestling is wrestling, and when you feel that and when you have the real confidence and you training a lot for doing that kind of wrestling, you can do that whatever even if you're a woman or you're a man, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
So and this is fucking awesome because I was in an environment. So at the beginning of my career, I was in an environment like obviously the most people were men, and they told me, no, they told me that they saw me me mostraban lo contrario, and it was really hard because it was difficult to get what I wanted to do, to show what I wanted to do. That like,
Mhm.
hey, me hacían sentir pequeña.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the most time I feel so tiny with this kind of men's. Not everyone, of course.
Mhm.
Uh, um, but yeah, so many men's was really no. You can do that, or um, yeah, they trying to put in a
They
in a
were
s-
trying to pigeonhole you and make you fight a certain kind of style because of your
Right.
stature and not
yeah,
what you
because
wanted
you're
to.
a woman, or you can do that, or you can sell like that, or you can and always like you can do that, and was like why?
Right.
So why everyone, or why the most people say that? So it's not make sense because the most people like us at the beginning of our career in Spain, We
Mhm.
didn't know anything about this professional world.
Mhm.
So it was like, why it's so ¿por qué tantos límites, no?
Yeah.
Right. Why put
Um,
limitations on everything? Why not let the sky be the limit? Like, why do we have to
yeah,
possibly just be in this bubble?
Right.
it was so annoying the most time. But yeah, when you, I don't know, I feel like, oh, this is not really, this is not correct, or this is not
Right.
right.
That's not
Yeah.
right.
And I felt that, and I
Yeah.
felt that, like, no, 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 no. I just need my time. And you need your time. So you need to respect that, and you need to see that. So, and that's okay. And
Yeah, that's great.
obviously, it's not easy. It's not easy, but yeah, you need to listen the right thing, and the your instinct, or something like that. So everything is
Same.
gonna be fine if you're listening to yourself, and you listen that kind of thing that it move into you. Like, no, this is good, yeah, and this is bad, yeah, this is bad. So
Same.
you feel it.
Yeah, the gut feeling for
Yeah.
sure.
Trust
For
your
sure.
instincts. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny that you say that because a lot of the greats, a lot of the great wrestlers, the Ric Flairs, the Undertakers, like the people that've been doing it forever, they always say, anytime they talk about having an incredible match, they always say, if you could have a match with a broom and it's 5 star, like that's all you need. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't matter gender. No, like it doesn't matter if it's against another man, another woman. If you could have a good match with a broom, that means you're doing your part in making the match believable and selling the way that you're supposed to be selling. I mean, I even think I heard Stone Cold Steve Austin say that the other day, that the one advice he could give everybody now is just sell the best possible way, because that's how you get, the fans, us, the fans, because we're all fans really at the end of the day, so invested and be like, oh man, that looked real. Like, oh my gosh, did Sarah just really punch her that hard? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you get into
Yeah,
you get into it. You know what I mean? So I
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I hear you. We respect that. We love that. We love that response. So now this one I'm excited for because I actually was able to ask Nikki this question as well, Nikki Blackheart. And I wanted to ask you because she actually revealed some stuff that we had no idea. Like, but I digress. We'll get into the question. So you recently took part of what looked like an incredible retreat where only a select few were chosen to participate, to take an opportunity to learn from Bailey and being surrounded by such incredible talent, not just
Mhm.
in the professional level, but also, amongst your peers, amongst, the ladies amongst the indies. And we just got to know from, your experience, what was that like for you? What lessons did you take away from that? How did you feel about all that?
Oh man, that was really special. So if I have to choose one word just to describe that moment, or yeah, that days, it was really special. So I have never I have never been surrounded at so many women's w- just wanted to do the same thing,
Yeah,
and to have that passion about wrestling. Um and that image for me, I think is gonna be with me forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um I don't know. I feel so grateful for that days. I didn't expect that, because it was I I find out on social media about the video Bailey, like, oh, I'm looking for women's to do that seminar in Orlando. I just wanted to do that. Just please send me matches and everything, or material about you guys, because I wanted to know about you, and I'm going to select just a few people. And it was like, okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna try. Why
Right.
not? I live
Why
in here
not?
right now in Orlando, so I need to take advance about it,
Right.
because maybe, I don't know, maybe if um I would be in Spain in that moment, maybe I couldn't, to try to do
Right.
that. So it was the sign for me, like, okay, maybe I need to do that.
Yeah.
and I didn't expect like 1 week or 2 weeks. I don't remember exactly. I received her email like, okay, I think you're really good. You're really talented, so I think you need to do this seminar. So please come to the
Wow.
seminar.
That's so amazing.
Um, and that was wild because I remember the day before that I was talking with my husband like, this is not no va a ocurrir, no va a ocurrir para mí. This is not gonna happen to me.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
it's something really natural. You think about it, but yeah, just one day after I received that email, it was like, wow, this is really good. This is really cool.
Wow.
It was a really unbelievable experience. So um any person that come to us and just trying to meet us, and trying to uh yeah, talking with us like okay, like a normal person. No, if you
Right.
meet someone, you just need, okay, you're just going to, mm, I don't know, you open like to meet another person. And it was so unbelievable to listen all
Mhm.
these incredible women
Mhm.
about their stories,
Yeah.
and that was so inspirational for me. I was really powerful fan. Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the best things I think que me llevo para
Yeah.
mí, o sea, I think is the point like you are not alone.
Yeah.
So for me, that phrase, that expression for me,
Mhm.
it was the clue in these 3 days, because it was so real. It was so clear in my mind when I was with everyone in that days, and it's so true because it's so easy to forget that thing, like
Mhm.
to feel so alone in this, in not just in wrestling, just in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, I felt the first time that kind of sisterhood for me,
That's awesome.
because with
Yeah.
in like the most of my career I felt so alone all the time, like, okay, we're not really, um we are not really so many girls. Sometimes the most of my career I was alone in the companies, in the schools in Spain. So I didn't. I mean, it was so difficult for me to make friends, female friends in wrestling. So
Right.
I have never, nunca experimenté eso. I
Right.
have never lived something like that. Never. Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
when cuando Bailey nos pone eso en la frente,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
In
you
your face.
face, yeah, you face that moment, and I don't know, you don't feel alone. So
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah, that's great. That's so powerful for everyone, and we need to show that point to
Mhm.
everyone. So we want to show that like you're not alone. So in any moment of your life, maybe you are going to feel that emotion,
Mhm.
and maybe you're going to struggle with that, but at the end of the day, that is not true, and I'm going to show you like you are not alone.
That's great.
Right. And
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
and
That's
we
beautiful.
love that. And we love that we love these answers, because us as fans, we are watching and we are rooting for you. You know what I mean? So when we saw this opportunity and we saw you, Nikki Blackheart, who's also a prima now as well, Izzy Moreno también, another prima, to see, people that we've met and we've seen, and we're just, we're rooting for you. We're excited for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure
Absolutely.
we reached out and we were like, I am so happy that you are experiencing this, because to sit there and get the level of knowledge from, Bailey, especially Bailey, because to me, she's one of the best four horsewomen. I think she's fantastic.
Yep.
She's an incredible storyteller in the ring. And then to, have the people that she brought, based on the pictures, right? But based on what we saw was Bianca, Rhea, John
Scarlett
Cena.
or John Cena. Yeah.
Right. It was just like we were so proud and excited for you guys because we're just like, oh my gosh, this means that 2026, when you guys get out there, you guys gonna be like a different animal. You're gonna be a different beast. You're gonna if you're incredible now, imagine now where you're gonna go next. You know what I mean? And oh, we just got so
Yeah.
excited for you guys.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel really different. So after that experience, I feel like, okay, I feel like no one gonna stop me right
That's
now,
right.
something
Yeah, as
like
you
that.
should.
And
Yeah.
and that's so
That's
great,
right.
and
Yeah.
it's so special. So it was like it was magical. So it was something like really
Yeah.
It's
really
special.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Increíble. Oh,
Wow.
we
All
love
right.
that.
So we're talking about you're talking about not being alone, and that's challenging in its own right. I want to speak about something challenging a little differently in terms of your wrestling matches. What's been the most challenging match that you've had up to this point in your career, and what have you learned from that match, or what did you learn?
Mm, um, I don't know. I mean, every I think every time when I wrestle, I learn something new. Especially about myself, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, um, because every time is so different. So
Yeah.
every match in any company, it's so different because you are a different person, and any so any match you have after that, I feel different, and I feel yeah. But I don't know how
No, I mean
in a
that.
specific moment. Maybe when cuando tuve una lesión in a match, um, and I remember it was tres contra tres,
Mhm.
Okay.
the match. But at the beginning of the match, me hice daño en un brazo,
Yeah.
um, and it was really painful in that moment. But I needed to continue. So I remember, and I remember it was just the second year that I mm,
Started wrestling.
wrestling. So it was
Yeah.
just my second year.
Mhm.
And I remember it was so painful that moment, but it was just the beginning of the match. So I needed to continue because after that, it was okay. I need to choose. I need to choose just to quick. So go to the hospital
Mhm.
or just to continue. And I feel like, okay, no, I think I can do that. So I think I can puedo seguir el combate.
Right.
Yeah.
And
The
and
show must
yeah,
go on, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And and I remember it was the first time that I felt scared, but
Mhm.
at the same time I felt no, 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 this is really important. This is really important. I don't no puedo irme, no? That's what
Yeah.
I felt in that moment. So I think that was really interesting for me after the match, because I think it was crucial for me to make that decision
Mhm.
because I know so many people after that match they changed their vision about me.
Yep.
And it
Wow.
was like, oh no, no, no. Esta baba,
Yeah.
this guy is really,
She wants to be here. She
She's
loves it.
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That was,
Right.
yeah. Because so mucha gente dudaba de mí.
Right.
Oh,
A lot of doubters. A
Um,
lot of people who doubted.
yeah.
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 And it was the moment like, no, no, no. I wanted to do that. This is really important for me, and I wanted to fuck up anything. And I'm no quiero joder a mis compañeros,
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
and it was really no, no, no. I wanted to be here. I don't care about the painful because I wanted to use that for the match, and it was really unconscious for me to make that decision because
Right.
I realized after the match like, oh wow, how gonna do that? It was insane. So it was
Yeah.
it was really
Oh
insane.
God.
But
Right.
Jeez.
yeah, I think it was a really un punto de inflexión para mí in
Nice.
that
Wow.
match.
Wow. It's like a defining moment. And it's funny because that kind of leads me into my next question because now I'm like, well, was this the moment? Or Was there another moment in your wrestling career where you could say and you felt, "Okay, I belong here"? Was it that story, or was there another moment where you were like, "No, I deserve to be here, I belong here"?
No, no was that moment, because
Okay.
I remember after that I felt so bad with myself because obviously, just 2 years doing wrestling, it wasn't in my mind to be a professional. My parents, they were really upset with me after that. So I was really young as well. So I felt really bad. I felt really bad. Like, oh my God, I'm crazy. I don't know who I am right now. I'm super stupid. So it was hard. That I have to, I think it was my first match, outside from Spain. I think
Mhm.
it was in Germany, and
Wow.
and that moment, it was so surreal for me because I thought it was not possible for me to go outside to wrestle in another country. Um, y menos en Alemania, no,
Right.
Right.
that is so really is a great country for wrestling.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it was that moment for me, like, oh, maybe, oh yeah, this is possible. I can do that. And it
Wow.
was one of the best companies in Germany and in Europe. So it was, yeah, it was great for me. So I think it was that moment, like, yeah, you can do that, and you just keep going, please, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, look at that, and now you're campeona and Shine Nova champion. Look
Look
at you,
at
Yeah.
acá in the
See
United
that?
States, look at
See
that.
that?
Wow, I love that.
Okay, Sarah. So, our next question, or my next question rather, is spoke a lot about feeling alone and feeling insecure and unsure about things, stuff, a lot of things that a lot of people in this world feel. No
Sure.
matter the biggest person, the littlest person, like everyone's got insecurities, some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be in the wrestling world but has those insecurities and is dealing and fighting with things like that? Like knowing that you've gone through it, what piece of advice would you give someone like that?
um just trying to be surround good people, good
Hmm.
people for you. That support is really important. Because yeah, it's important to believe in yourself, obviously believe in your ideas. You know your potential, and that's really good. But life sometimes is really complicated.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's not enough to know your potential, because sometimes good people, people love you. You need to remember that from people who love you, and that
good,
thing is really important and really powerful, because you need to listen tough people, because sometimes your mind is your nightmare, your thoughts. That's
Hmm.
not really good the most time, because you're really tough with yourself. At least for me, I'm really tough with myself. So sometimes I need to listen to the right people and to remember who you are.
beautiful.
That's great. That's yeah. So a great support group can definitely, I mean, change it because, like you said, sometimes the world just gets too much, and knowing your confident level and what you can do is one thing, but having people around is, I mean, it just
Yeah.
changes.
And don't feel fear, don't feel scary about, yeah, to pedir ayuda,
To
to,
ask
Ask
for
for help.
help, yeah,
yeah, it's really important, because it's really brave to do that, and connect with human beings. So we are human beings, and we all need help.
yeah,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not a problem. It's
Yeah.
something you can do, because you're a human being,
Yep.
and that's all. So yeah.
Asking
wow,
for help isn't a weakness. Sometimes it's more strength than it is weakness.
exactly. Wow, beautifully said, Sarah. Okay, entonces, now that we have jumped into 2026, right? You're going in this year as a champion, but what do you see as being the ultimate goal this year? Like, that you set yourself for? Like, is there something that you have to accomplish this year in 2026? Anything comes to mind?
To get a professional contract.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey, we ain't
that's
mad at it. We ain't mad at
that.
it.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I
yeah.
mean, it's something that I deserve so much to to get a contract, please. Yeah, that's it.
That's it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my fucking question. My fucking answer. So yeah.
I mean, that's as honest could be. I mean,
See,
that
hey,
is
we love that.
that's it. Okay, all right. Well, Sara, thank you for the brutal honesty. We appreciate it. So we've come to the top of a sanduche, the last question of the staple question sandwich. So being of course that you are a wrestler, the question is two parts.
Uh-huh.
Who is your dream match versus a current superstar or female wrestler and a legend? Being that you have kind of studied previous years and
Yeah.
stuff. So who's it now, and who would it be legend wise?
Okay. um, mm. So I have to say Asuka.
Yeah, that'd be
Asuka is
fantastic.
is
Strong
a
style. That'd be one hell of a match.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need it. I dream about it. Like Asuka.
Nice. Nice.
um,
But are you ready for Oscar?
Yes,
Huh?
she is. Absolutely. Sí. Sí.
Sí se puede.
yo creo que sí se puede.
Claro, yeah,
O
you
sea,
can.
but yeah. I think I can do that. A legend name. It was sad for me at the last year when I found like Meiko Satomura. It was the last match for her.
Mhm.
So yeah, I have to say, me hubiese encantado compartir ring con Meiko Satomura.
Wow.
Eh,
Wow.
but I hope someday, I wanted to work with her in her company in Sendai Girls. I
Mhm.
wanted to come back to Japan. Okay, si no puedo luchar contra ti, quiero trabajar para ti.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
that's
If I can't
fair.
fight you, let me
So
work for you. Yeah,
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 absolutely.
so that
that's,
was really
that's some
that
good
would be awesome for
negotiating.
me. That would be awesome for me to work for her. Yeah.
That's great. That's
Oh, that's
great.
so awesome. We love that. And Dunn says, okay, and Sarah, so now we've reached the point of the show too that not only are we going to thank you so much for the time and opportunity that you have given us, this has been such a fun conversation. You are
Mhm.
amazing on camera as you are in
Absolutely.
person, as you are in the ring. You're a 5-star all around. We are huge fans. We are so happy that you are here with us. Muchísimas gracias. You are truly, truly, truly incredible. And we cannot wait to see what your 2026 is going to look like because I'm sure it's going to be fantastico. You know what I
It's gonna
mean?
be
It's
bright.
pretty,
It's gonna be bright.
yeah. But we also want to give you this time too to let our primos and primas know where could they find you if they want to find your matches, if they want to reach out to you via social media, email, whatever it is. Where can they find Sara Leon?
On Instagram, I use my real name, so it's Miriam Torres because I'm used because I'm an actress as well, so I'm using that name. And on Twitter is Sara Red Lion, and that's all. I don't know about matches. Well, there is a lot of free matches on YouTube, so just Sara Leon versus whatever, and you can find me. So yeah, please you can do that so free. So yeah.
Yeah, great. As you hear that, everybody follow and like and all the fun stuff. And
Sí.
Sara, once
Yeah.
again, de nuevo, like thank you so much for taking this time to chat with us, and also thank you just for the representation for the Latinos and the Hispanics around the world, but el mundo. Like it's good to see people, of our background and our, and our color and everything, just being out there and trying so hard and being role models for younger Latinos and Hispanics around the world. So muchísimas gracias for that, because having, positive, Latinos and Hispanics out in the world is, there's just, you can never have too many. And the fact that
Sí,
you do it at such a high level is unbelievable. Y de verdad, muchísimas gracias por eso.
sí.
No, thank you so much, guys. It's my pleasure. So, me he sentido genial. Ha sido fantástico. So
Yeah.
it was a great job, man. So thank you so much, and just keep going with this because it's really special and it's really important.
Thank you.
So
Thank
just
you.
thank you, really
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, you
Well,
got to
you're
come back.
good.
You got to come back, okay?
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
of
yeah, you got
course.
to come back. Okay, great, great, because you're a prima now,
Yeah,
so that's it. So you can
That's right.
ya
come
soy
back.
prima, o sea, soy super
Yeah,
prima.
exactamente.
Exacto.
Yeah, bienvenido.
Exacto. All right, Sarah. Once again, you are fantastic. I can't wait to see your match on Sunday. We're gonna have a lot of fun with
Yeah.
that. But again, muchísimas gracias. You are incredible. And like my primo said, and I just want to retouch on this too, because it is important. You are giving an opportunity for somebody in Madrid, to see this video and look at you and say, yo puedo hacer eso. I could do that too. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I think that is so huge, because one thing that Ariel and I always say in our episodes is that one of the things that wrestling used to do is keep us in a box. Siempre era Mexicanos or Puertorriqueños, and that's it. But now we have, gente de España. We have, tú sabes, gente de El Salvador, de Perú, lo que sea. And
Colombia, Ecuador, todos.
exacto. And it's
Yeah.
because of the work that you guys do that open that door more and more. So muchísimas gracias. You are truly the
Thank
best.
you.
Like, we can't wait to have you back on the show.
Yep.
Muchísimas gracias.
Muchísimas.
Gracias, gracias, de verdad, muchas gracias.
Gracias, Sara.
Qué bien. Que la pase bien. Tenga buena
Pase bien.
noche.
Sí,
Pues
sí,
Andrés
sí.
también. Good night, good
Muchísimas
night.
gracias.
Good
Igual.
night.
Yeah.
Bye, Sarah. Man. I know, it's funny because you've said this before in other interviews, but I feel like I always say, what an awesome conversation. But it really is awesome conversation, because
Yeah.
I think what makes these conversations so special is that we're hearing different stories, and like,
Yeah.
and what I'm grabbing from this, and maybe you correct me if I'm wrong or not, but like, what I'm grabbing from this is that it doesn't matter what part of the world you're coming from. You get into this business, there are highs, there are lows, there are moments where you're going to feel alone. There are
Mhm.
moments where, the anything could happen, and you get put in front of some of the greatest talent in the world to showcase what you can do and who you are. But you never know if you don't take that chance. And I think what Sarah has shown us through her story is that you got to find the confidence in yourself to take that chance and bet on yourself. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And that's
Yep.
beautiful. And I'm so happy that we were able to get her on.
Yeah.
She
No,
is
she's
fantastic.
great. She's great and real and honest and, very, very open about, feeling insecure and alone at certain points and stuff like that. And once again, a testament to why we do these is, because we want people to see beyond the in-ring personas. We want to, to show that, these are people who have the same insecurities and flaws and faults and, dislikes for themselves the way everybody does,
See?
so stuff like this is very important, and kudos to her for being so open and honest and showing her vulnerabilities, and that people who are listening or who may hear it in the future or see a clip somewhere are just like, you know what, yeah, that's right, you don't have to be alone,
See?
have a support system, do things like that. So yeah, no, she's great, man. She was fantastic. I can't wait to have her back.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And now, actually, now you kind of gave me the opportunity to get into the thing that I'm going to say. And I want to say thank you to our support system, and not
That's right.
just our primos and primas, but legitimately like our families. Like when we first started this, they were like so supportive. We have
Yeah.
our primos chat, our ceviche chat, right?
Yeah.
Where, when we told them this, they were like, you guys would be great, or this or that. There was never like oh, what are you guys wasting your time for? Like, never, nothing negative. And
No,
that's something that I will really appreciate from our,
absolutely.
our tribe, right? Because it's like, there was not that negative person to be like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your
Right,
time? No, they
right.
believed in us. And it was because of that belief and support that we were able to continue pushing, continue growing. And, we are kicking off 2026 so fantastically with these conversations that we're having. And we have so many more episodes coming. And it's just I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, Primo. I'm just grateful.
Yeah, I mean, we should be, because, like you said, the support system, family wise, that we have, and the support system for the primos and primos who are out here, friends, guys who are helping us, Jesse and everybody, like, and then interviewees, Mark, people who were in the beginning,
Yeah.
like everybody, like we would not be here if it wasn't for every single person who listened, who liked, who did whatever, even if you just listened for 5 minutes one time, I mean, that gave us a number and that kept us going. So we always say this ride is great. It's a lot better when we know you're with us. So please stay with us. Primosforlife.com. Get on there, pick, your Spotify, your Apple Tunes, your iTunes, whatever, wherever you get your stuff, and you're going to smash the like button, the follow, the share, all of it, turn the notifications on, full thing. We really, really are blessed and grateful. And I'm going to stop chatting now because I think I've been going on for quite some time. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. And we will see you when we see you.
We will see you when we see you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.